Stage 3. Upon returning to Hong Kong, our protagonist immediately goes to visit his good friend, and during that summer vacation begins his pursuit of our female lead. And as she was a girl with no relationship experience and our protagonist is relentless in the pursuit of her, she soon accepted the pursuit, and they officially began their courtship, and under our protagonist's encouragement, our female lead enrolled into the Hong Kong Academy for Performing Arts TV/Film Production Diploma. At the same time, our protagonist also began to study at the University of Hong Kong's law degree program nighttime course, and every day from 9 to 5 our protagonist also began to work at a travel agency in Central delivering airplane tickets to the customers. During that period of time, our protagonist also works as a production assistant for his mentor at whatever recording studio where his mentor was working in during free time. His days back then were surely tough and also quite substantial and fulfilling. Our protagonist went from an amateur pop music lover to learning the trade of how to produce a pop album and how to deal with all the personnel in the production process. And as our protagonist breaks into the pop music circle, soon he also made his first source of income, although not a very glorious one, penning songs as a ghostwriter, and in the next decade our protagonist wrote a lot of songs as a ghostwriter. In the second half of the 90s, as our protagonist gradually accumulate a lot of experience as an assistant record producer, then from 2000 to 2003, he ventured into a newly opened record company and served as a record producer, and during these 3 years, our protagonist had listened to almost all the hideous vocal performances in Hong Kong, and also a lot of vicious people in the Hong Kong music industry, and encountered a lot of unthinkable things and situations. In 2003, under a very coincidental opportunity, his jazz piano and arrangement mentor introduced him to his future music partners Mr. Chow and Mr. Chan. These two people have just signed a contract with a then unknown young singer named Miss C after listening to her performance at the inter-schools singing contest, and that girl is the future pop singer Miss C. These 3 young men formed a company in order to work on Miss C's debut album. From September 2003, every day Miss C went to our protagonist and our female lead's home in the Central, because at that time Mr. Chan had left the company and Mr. Chow was also working a daytime job. Our protagonist and our female lead trained Miss C's singing skills and guided her to become a singer who could face large crowd. And on each Sunday our protagonist and our female lead will take Miss T to Harbour City to perform, and as Miss T has accumulated a certain amount of experience, in early 2004 our protagonist with Mr. Chow began to record Say's debut album in a recording studio, and after a year and a half later in June 2005, they finally launched the album. This album received general praise among DJs and listeners, but afterward as our protagonist and Mr. Chow were about to prepare to make a second album with Miss T, a situation arise, that is, a big record company offered to get involved with Miss T recording deal. Our protagonist is absolutely against these talks with the major label, but as Mr. Chow and Miss T's manager on the opposite side, the group officially split up, and afterward our protagonist's career as an independent record producer began. From the 4th quarter of 2005, our protagonist began to work on his next singer. Her name is Miss H. Not many of you would know this singer, because she never takes off in the music scene, and then our protagonist also began to do producing work with other new singers. In 2006, our protagonist and our female lead accidentally found out she got pregnant as the music industry working environment slowly began to deteriorate, so our protagonist's work gradually shift from producing to helping other composers and producers to arrange their songs, and also begin to work on film, television, and advertising firms, soundtrack scoring. In the third stage, the genre of the boys' side song Suddenly Summer is in the most popular grand ballad genre during the mid to late 90s. As every major singer in the West would have one or two of these representative grand ballads in their repertoire, the girls' side song Dreamcatcher is in the style of the intellectual young and fresh female singers were emerging in the West at that time.
和弦上合奏有沒有？湊近卻不夠，1分鐘忽已初夏，未明白這是錯失了。我讓你走了，誰有留意孤身一個彷徨是我？你有看見我嗎？一呼一吸聽到吧。 總已察覺你身邊總欠位置，誰顧慮太多？只想可繼續作你密友，這點時光共同度過。看天下，請留心情真。假若顯如奔在愛慕裏變得很傻。 只需可以望見你愉快，有些時候共同記得於初夏，你在我身邊，未曾合拍的奏鳴，不想忘掉了。大提琴合奏抱着奏，告別了分手。一息間忽已今夏，在期待你住進心裏，我在你手裏。誰在還要孤單一個無聊地過？你對我笑了嗎？一呼一吸上心吧。 往哪裏去也總心中有念掛，誰有後悔嗎？天邊海角讓我作伴去，美好時光共同度過。往天下，請容許情深，別嫌我愚笨，在愛慕裏變得瘋狂。幽谷山嶺亦與你踏過危難時候一同挽手於當下，我在你身邊，為尋覓理想旅途共並肩。琴弦上編出一闕不朽的信念，奏出了告別和話。 願這首刻骨銘心情歌，能夠溫柔地唱出以後故事。牽手偕老，直至到地老，隨着時日不停掠過於身後，接受這唯一紙上的名分，是你讓我甜夢變真。 廝守一世誓約裏共對，隨便時日不停逝去，似虛幻。我們倆一起，任年月變得蒼涼，莫錯失忘記。
《 天午後3點，雨下過不停，街邊的貓跳到簷篷下躲，驟眼初醒午後的氣，似濃濃熱湯，一息間仿似見到你，迷糊像我默然擦着眼睛，窗外盡是無語，從沒氣力下床去梳洗，仍是那在牆角舊鏡子讀遍舊信件，是漫遊心裏的掛念，是這個人佔心中所有，像似已生根，鍾愛就只得一個他，同行共對每一天，增添的一些寵愛，留在我心，從沒有減退。像我默然擦着眼睛，窗外盡是無語，從沒氣力下床去多洗，仍是那在牆角舊鏡子讀遍舊信件，是漫遊心裏的掛念，是這個人佔心中所有，像似已生根，鍾愛就只得一個他，同行共對每一天，增添的一些寵愛，留在我心，從沒有減退。毫無疑問，你已變得比身邊一切重要，我已變得不假思索，隨着你走，毫無懸念，我已摒棄了你，只共你一起，一點都不敢悔恨，是這個人佔心中所有，像似已生根，鍾愛就只得一個他，同行共對每一天，增添的一些寵愛，留在我心，從沒有減退，留在我心，從沒有